Okay, so last time we had a little bit of trouble with the mob spawner, aka it blew up, and I figured out some problems with the game settings. So now everything works correctly, except I'm blowing up, so we're gonna fix that. I think it's because I was standing in a corner and it could see me. I was too close, so that should actually just fix it right there. All these trees keep growing. I have a feeling that these recordings are going to take exponentially more time with the more stuff I get, which just is great news for my computer hard drive, storage-wise. Get close, we get far. Close, far. The difference in sound is astonishing. Okay, we're gonna... While I'm fixing this, I'd like to take a second to point out that this is the third video in my Skyblock series, and if you take a look at the views on the first video compared to the second video, what is going on there? Huh? How did that happen? Ow. Oh, okay. I This is going well. And now I have to eat 4 whole slices of melon. This is terrible. This is terrible food. Okay, but now I don't think they can see me. We're just gonna... That one has copper armor on. Okay, but no, we're just gonna break it one at a time. How? Okay. I may have forgotten to add some slabs. Yeah, that's a full block. That might have been an accident. Okay, there. Now it should never blow up again. Now the only problem is I can't reach any of this stuff. Oh my goodness, we got armor. And more Endermen. But we have armor. One entire copper chest plate. And we got everything now. This is more efficient than I could ever have wished for. There. Now the whole thing's open and fixed, and everything is great. This is by far the best mob spawner I have ever made. There it is. And now... And now we have seeds. And wheat. And now, look at this! We have bread instead of melons. We take the wheat. And now we have sustainable food that gives us 2.5 hunger bars instead of 1. This is great! Apparently the skeletons can't survive the fall. Maybe it's because it fell from the very corner of a block, so it never hit the water, so it fell 24 blocks instead of 22, and it just died. That's the most likely explanation. Now, give me all this stuff. How did a spider... Alright, but did you see that? Because I saw it. We got an iron bar. Isn't this amazing? Especially this texture. Yeah, there we go. You see, now the baby zombie cannot get to me. Thankfully. Because that was terrifying. Alright, 14 string. You know what that means. Dye. 2 lime dye. make the bed. And we have a respawn point. Not that it really matters. But you know what? It makes me feel happy. Alright? Huh. That was weird. You saw that, how it was broken a little bit, and then I just tapped it once and it broke. You know, I told myself when copper armor was first added to the game that I would never, ever craft it. And it's still true. I will never craft it, but this one piece is actually pretty convenient for right now. This seems to be less effective. I think there might be a spider spawning problem up there that I will have to go fix. Judging by the mass of hissing sounds I hear, I think that this is spawning spiders, which it is not supposed to. Ah! There we go. Huh. So why were those all in here? Alright. Okay, we're good. Online, it said that they needed a 3x3 area to spawn, which is why the buttons are here. But now I'm thinking it has to be a 2x2, since, you know, they started spawning here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move all the buttons over one, and then add another row. At least I would, if I remembered to bring more materials. I could MLG, but I am not very confident in my MLGing abilities. But it would be really hype, so... Whee! Okay, 40 buttons should be enough. I know that people have said this before, and you're probably tired of hearing it, but a whole wood block for one button. Look how small it is. Pixel-wise, that's gotta be way less. Now we patch up the roof. Now we did. I think. Now it should not spawn another spider ever again. I want to make more slab space around the bottom there so I can walk around it easier, but I am out of cobblestone. There. Wider. Gone. That is another spider. Well, I definitely still hear spiders. Why are they all jumping me? Thank goodness they don't do that much damage. You're gonna fall in the water. Why are they still spawning? Alright, I googled it, and apparently buttons no longer make spiders not spawn. However, they will make zombies, creepers, and skeletons and witches not spawn. So all I did was make it less effective as a farm. What I need to do is put trapdoors down on these spots, or slabs. Now I have 64, and whatever's in the chest, extra buttons. What am I gonna do with that many? No. No. Well, that's not good. Okay. That was almost very bad. We just cannot lose this water bucket. Alright? It would be the end. Well, not really. It would just be a pretty big inconvenience. Oh, I didn't finish making this wider. I was doomed to fall by zombie. Did it hit me on the way down? That's pretty sick, not gonna lie. That's everything? And... oh! Even if I placed it, this is on slabs. You can't MLG onto slabs. Hey, that one has a spear! They can do that now? I then decided that clicking so much on a singular wheat plant just to get bread was really, really boring. So I decided to build an auto farm. I mean, auto-ish. There. That didn't work. Now, I don't need to click as many times. Then I tried to make a composter farm, but unbeknownst to me, you need hoppers to fill up composters, not dispensers, so the whole entire thing was a giant waste of time. For now, we're just gonna leave it like this. Oh boy, it's Christmas now. Look at this. We got a carrot and glowstone dust. And now that we've got carrots, you know what that means. Perfect. A whole bunch of carrots. It's taken so long. But finally I have 3 paper. I have preemptively made firework balls. Alright. We have our fireworks. Here we go. Ooh. Amazing. Fireworks in Skyblock.